Larry Jude's moment when he starts talking about something and he just goes, beep, 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 starts making up sounds. And Bully was like, this guy, does he even know where he at? Does he even know where he at? He's sitting there sipping. He's got his entourage there. Love him. He's like, hey, can you get a rejoy for us? He's funny, man. Very, very funny. Got a funny story off air about that whole scene.
Okay.
Anyway, welcome back to the Roast here on a Frisco Friday / Payday Friday. You heard the highlight from Dave Fleming as the Giants scored 3 in the top of the 9th inning to beat the Rockies and sweep them to improve to 2 games over 500. They're now 500 on the road at 15-15. They've won 8 straight games at Coors Field. They've won 11 straight against the Rockies overall. They have ownage over them. Again, they got 30 years. This is their 30th anniversary, the Colorado Rockies. And I have no idea where they're going for the next 10 years. No clue.
What do you mean?
Just, are they trying to get a hitting club?
Yeah.
Do they want to get
What's
pitching?
their identity, I guess?
The identity's just lost. I don't know if they can win there.
Okay, do you hate the Rockies? Like in terms of like them being a threat to your team?
No, they're the free ticket giveaway.
They're
just whatever.
I want to like them. You know what I mean? Like,
well, they have underrated uniforms. Their pinstripe uniforms are good.
Totally agree. Greatest Rocky, Todd Helton?
Larry Walker.
Larry Walker to me is an expo, but I hear you. I hear you. To me, Todd Helton's the best.
Those early Rocky teams, with Andres Galarraga,
Vinny Castilla,
Larry Walker, Dante Bichette.
Yeah.
Murderers Row, the Blake Street Bombers.
Yeah.
They were really good.
Yeah, they really were.
And they would just light up your pitching staff all day long.
The other thing that I think of when I think of the Rockies, it's not like they haven't given their own guys mega deals. They gave Tulowitzki a deal at one point.
Yep.
They gave Arenado a deal at one point. But when you are a team that isn't, a destination and you can't develop pitching, I think they've had a really difficult time building around one guy making a ton of money.
Yep. No, I mean, they signed pitchers. I remember back in the day, they tried to invest in a pitching, and Mike Hampton and Denny Nagel, and those deals did not work out whatsoever. No. They had Ubaldi Jimenez, who had one of the best first halves I've ever seen. He was automatic, and then he kind of fell off the map.
I believe he's the one who gave up the final home run to Barry Bonds.
Did he? Yeah, he did. He
Jimenez.
Sure did. Yep. Yeah. He had one
762.
That year, he had the first half of the season that it was just, oh my gosh.
He was amazing.
He was dotting, and then he was never the same.
It's a name I haven't heard in so long.
Remember him?
God, I do.
It's a classic Rocky,
I
man.
do.
Carlos Gonzalez, no doubt. 415. Matt Holliday, very classic Rocky. He owned the Giants. Comcast Business Text Line. 415. 5 games back in the division and half game back in the wild card. We're talking about selling? No, we're not talking about selling core guys.
No.
I wouldn't mind seeing them move off of Jock Peterson and open up a spot for Matos because at the same, do we believe the Giants are a championship team?
Well, let's look at this way. Right now, they're 15-17 versus teams over 500. Okay?
Not bad.
No, not bad. Not bad. But just look, I want you to look right now. So, Philadelphia, you look at the NL East, okay? Atlanta and Miami above 500. Atlanta is making the playoffs. That is a World Series contender, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. The Marlins, they might fall back down, but they're having a really strong year this year. Okay? Philly's 2 games under. The Mets are 3 games under. Both of those teams, because of the rosters and the money invested, I believe will be in the mix all year. I don't know if they'll make the playoffs, but they're not just going to fall out of it. Washington, I'll write them off. Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, the Cubs, and St. Louis. This division feels up in the air.
Well, and Cincinnati's having a youth movement right now. They're bringing up all their young studs. They got their young studs.
De La Cruz,
Albert, the pitcher.
Yes.
They got Hunter Green up. He's been up since last year. He's getting better and better. Pittsburgh are kind of in that mode, too, where they're trying to develop. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? If we contend, great. This is good experience. They're kind of the same boat as the Giants.
So if Pittsburgh traded away, let's just say, not Brian Reynolds, but let's say
Andrew McCutchen.
Yeah, Andrew McCutchen's a great example. To the Yankees for whatever. People will be like, that's a smart move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get yourself a bullpen arm under team control. I know you love McCutchen, but he can help another team and you can get something back that can help you this year and down the line. So then I look at where the Giants are at. Again, so many teams are right around 500 because it's still early. The NOS, I think, and you and I were on this last year, Arizona is the team, to me, that is the template for the Giants in terms of we're going to flood you with a bunch of youth, okay? And we're going to see what sticks.
And look what they did. They got rid of their veteran World Series champion in Madison Bumgarner and haven't looked back. They actually been better since he's gone there. 8-2 in their last 10, a game and a half up on the Dodgers.
I've got a family member who's a Diamondback fan. The guy was the stick in the mud, the quote unquote. Interesting. So then you look at the Dodgers. Dodgers are always going to be in the mix. All right. And then I look at where the Giants are at 32-30, and the Padres are below them. Now, I actually disagree with people. And Brian Powell thinks that the Padres, I think right now the Padres, there's a lot of money turmoil in the same way I looked at the Warriors this year. Something's off with the Padres.
Well, I'll tell you what's off. It's their pitching. All right? It's their pitching. They don't have enough guys. Now, Musgrove started off on the IL, right?
Yeah.
And so he's not playing well at all. But then you look at Yu Darvish. And Yu Darvish is okay, but he's got a 4.10 ERA. Blake Snell, who we thought, boy, coming over from Tampa Bay going to San Diego, his ERA is at 4.06.
He's okay.
I mean, yeah, he's not that good.
Yeah, he's
not.
okay.
But Musgrove's come back, and he's struggling right now with a 4.35 ERA. Their starting pitching has not been good enough.
I agree.
And I don't know if they could turn it around. And I think going back to that NLCS last year, they didn't have Tatis Jr. Juan Soto comes aboard. I thought Bob Melvin really misplayed his hand by playing Manaea in that critical game 4. Manaea just couldn't get it out.
Well,
he couldn't get it out. So I think the Padres, they may be a team that looks to sell. If they're 29-33 right now. Let's see what happens in the next month for the Padres.
It's interesting you say that because if you look in the business of sports, they were relying on money for their income, for their revenue from their television partner, who now cannot make payments. Now, they're committed to Manny Machado for another $300 million deal. They committed to Xander Bogaerts. They committed some big money to a lot of players. And Tatis got a big contract. The guy they haven't committed to
is Juan Soto.
And so where I'm going at with this, it's the same dynamic with the Warriors to a degree. I know there was a violent act in the Warriors practice, but there were money things too. Guys wanted extensions. Guys wanted money. They start pressing. You paid that guy. You didn't pay me. This guy's opted out. He got his money. There's just some weird stuff going on with the Padres. Now, am I writing them off? No. But I do think they're going to be bad all year.
Well, they got to move off. Yu Darvish is 36 years old. And think about his money coming up here. He's making $25 million this year, $16 next year, $21 a year after, $16, and then $15. That's a bad contract. The Xander Bogaerts deal may not age well at all. Blake Snell is 30, all right? He's going to be an unrestricted free agent after the season. Watch the Padres as sellers. Watch them as sellers. They got to turn this thing around in a heartbeat. There's a lot of pressure on that team to turn it around here over the next month.
You know who owns them? The guy who owns Rawlings.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It is kind of wild. Giants, if they sell, you're not selling the Logan Webbs. You're not selling the core guys. You're selling guys like Jock Peterson.
Just to get out of the way.
And look, Michael Conforto hit another home run. That's one guy I'd be hesitant to give away. I get it. It makes all the sense. Everybody makes points.
I would love to get with him and be like, okay, I know you have an opt-out. Can we get a 2-year extendo? I like Conforto.
I like Conforto a lot. All right.